What's up, y'all? We back. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy belated Thanksgiving. I hope y'all got a lot of turkey and a lot of mac and cheese. I, for one, had a lot of mac and cheese. I also had banana pudding. But listen, we got to get back into it. We got to get back into it. Leah said, so what now? Jordan said, it's getting quite late. There probably isn't much else we can do today, but at least now we have a lead. We know that the cafe has a new regular customer who comes in daily between 8 and 9. We also have good reason to believe this regular customer is Aiden. Tomorrow morning, I think we should do some old-fashioned surveillance on that cafe. I think it's probably best we get there around 7:30 just to be safe. I'll pick you up at the hotel around 7. Okay, look, it's not like I can sleep right now anyway. We can do it now, honestly. Jordan said, we better take an undercover car so we don't arouse any suspicion. We'll park nearby and keep an eye on the cafe. Hopefully Aiden sticks to his routine. Once he leaves the cafe, we can follow him, and hopefully he'll take us to where he's holding V. Okay, and then what? He said, then we can figure out what our next move is. More than likely, I'll call for backup, and we'll go in and rescue your daughter. Okay, so if everything goes well, I can have my baby back by this time tomorrow, y'all. What if Aiden don't turn up, or something else goes wrong? Jordan said, then we'll try again the next day. Meanwhile, we'll also keep using other methods to try and locate V. Okay. I hope our plan works. I really hope we can find her tomorrow. Jordan said, so do I, Leah. I need to go speak to Chief now and update her on our progress. I'll also check to see if IT has been able to get a track on that phone number. This will definitely help with our search. Okay. After I speak to the Chief, I'll write up a progress report on the case. I could be a while, so you should probably go back to the hotel. There's nothing else we can do tonight anyway. Okay, I guess you're right, Jordan. He said, if you're up for it, maybe I could pick you up in a couple of hours and we can go grab dinner. Okay, not another date, y'all. Look. I really don't like being alone at the moment. Plus, I really like spending time with you. I'm thinking that, y'all. You're the one person who's keeping me from completely falling apart right now. Jordan said, I understand. I said, please don't feel like you need to stay with me, though. I know you have a family to get back to. Jordan said, honestly, Leah, I know the circumstances aren't ideal, but I really enjoy spending time with you. Okay, y'all. I'm going to tell him, I enjoy spending time with you too, boo. Look, I enjoy spending time with you too. Come on, romance point. Look. Y'all. Jordan said, all right, I have to go, but I'll call you as soon as I'm done here. Okay, sounds good. Guess I'll go back to the hotel then. Hopefully Jordan won't be too long. I really do appreciate the company. I honestly don't know how I'd be coping right now if Jordan wasn't here. Look, y'all gotta go get cute. Okay, and that was a good idea. I'm glad I managed to get at least a little sleep. Okay, who that? It's Jordan. Okay, look. He said, hey Leah, I just finished at the office and I'm going home to get changed. I'll pick you up at 30 if you're still up for it. I know a great little restaurant that I'd like to take you to. Okay, look, sounds good. Y'all, I guess I should get ready. Look, y'all about to have me a date, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go get cute. Leah, you better have something in that suitcase. A cute little dress. I know it's silly, but maybe I should dress up a little tonight. You should. Or maybe I should keep it casual. It's not like this is a date. Oh, girl. This is a date. I've already said this is a date out loud, so this is a date. This is a date outfit. What's your date outfit? Oh, come on, Leah, look. Look, y'all. I love this dress. I'm glad I packed it with me. Yeah. Hold on. Can I see the other dress? Is it going to let me? Hold on. If I say no, the casual outfit. What's the casual outfit? Oh, no. This looks fine. No, we're not wearing that. We're wearing the date outfit. Look, we in LA too? Look, you gotta get cute. Yeah, we wearing this. Look, this is perfect. Okay, hello? Okay, just in time, he's here. Okay. Look, y'all, looking cute, stepping out. You know what I'm saying? He talking about he know it's a nice little restaurant he want to take me to. Look at Jordan. He looking good too. Hey, boo. He said, wow. Leah, you look incredible. Well, thank you. Look, just a little something I put on. You know what I'm saying? You don't look so bad yourself. Look at it. And we matching. Look, he got his little maroon sweater. Look. Jordan said, are you ready to go? Yeah, where we going? He said, you'll see. Follow me. I'm parked just around the corner. Okay. Y'all. I want to say that's my man, but he ain't my man. Jordan said, here we are. Where we at? This place is gorgeous. He said, I thought you'd like it. I know you're not here on holiday, but I thought it'd be a shame if you came to LA and didn't see anything. We're actually in Santa Monica right now. Okay, well, this is beautiful. Thanks for bringing me here. I do feel guilty, though. V's missing, and I'm out having fun. He said, we can leave if you like. No. She's still gonna be tied up. It's all right. There's nothing we can do right now anyway, right? At least being here might help me from being distracted, if only for a short while. He said, glad to hear it. But if you do start to feel uncomfortable and want to leave, just let me know. Okay. Okay, this waitress said, hi, table for two? Yeah. She said, great, follow me. Okay, look, y'all. Look at my dress. I look cute, y'all. Okay, take a seat. Okay. Looking cute. Got my bob, you know? The waitress said, would you like any drinks to start? Just a glass of your White House wine. Come on, period. I'm not the biggest drinker, but it'll help my nerves. Jordan said, make that two. Okay. I said, so did anything else happen after I left the station? He said, not really. I went and spoke to Chief and gave her an update on the case so far. None of the other teams have found anything useful. Helpful, I mean, not useful. I haven't found anything helpful. IT haven't gotten a track on that phone number yet, but they think they should be able to crack it by tomorrow. Okay, that's great. He said it is. With any luck, it'll lead us pretty much straight to V. Okay, I hope so. He said Jocelyn's parents called the station. They've booked their flights and should be here tomorrow afternoon. Okay, I feel so bad for them. I can't imagine anything worse than getting a phone call saying your daughter is dead. He said, neither can I. When I called them, they both seemed surprised to hear that she'd been missing. They didn't seem to be worried about her at all. V was gone for less than 24 hours before you were calling our station demanding answers. Listen, Jocelyn and her parents have a complicated relationship. They divorced 3 years ago. Before that, Jocelyn's dad was hardly ever home. He was always on business trips or working late, so they'd never had the best relationship. Not me spilling all the tea to this cop that don't know these people. After the divorce, Jocelyn stayed with her mom, but her mom changed. She started drinking more and going out nearly every night. Quite often, she wouldn't get home until the next morning. The night she was home, she'd bring home random men that she met that night or online. Ooh! Jocelyn started staying at our house most nights to get away from that. That's partly why I'm so close to her. Neither of Jocelyn's parents paid much attention to her after the divorce. Her mom became very distant, and her dad was always working anyway. They never really seemed to care what she did. Jordan said, that sounds awful, the poor girl. I said, deep down, I know Jocelyn's parents really love her. We all deal with things in our own way, even if they're not always the best way. Jocelyn's mom basically did the same thing that I did after I had V, so I understand. I understand the need for validation, the need to feel wanted, even if just for a night. After Kyle left me, I bounced from man to man hoping to fill that void. Eventually, I realized that another person couldn't fill that empty space. Only I could. Jordan said, you're an incredible woman, Leah. I'm really glad you came to realize that. I said, thank you. I'm sure Jocelyn's mom would have also realized what she was doing sooner or later. The sad thing is that sometimes it takes a tragedy for someone to realize they weren't making the best decisions. Jordan said, I can relate to that. I said, you can? He said, yes, although it wasn't me that learned that lesson. It was actually my ex-wife's parents. I said, what happened? He said, honestly, this isn't something I normally talk about. I said, you don't need to tell me if it makes you feel uncomfortable. Spill the tea, Jordan. He said, no, it's okay. My ex-wife's parents never liked me. They never had a good reason. They simply didn't like me because of my skin color. Oh, Jordan. Spill the tea, Jordan. That's awful. He said, yes, they were both just really stubborn and set in their beliefs. No matter what Vanessa, my ex-wife, would tell them, they just wouldn't listen. They had it in their minds that I just wasn't good enough to be dating their daughter. We dated for 4 years before getting married, and they never approved of our relationship. They didn't even come to our wedding. Oh, that's sad. No, I'm going to be angry, because, Leah, you might not be a black woman, but Suggestions is a black woman. I'm angry for you, Jordan. That's horrible. Even if they had a good reason not to like you, she was still their daughter, right? He said, yep. She was crushed. She tried not to show it, but I could tell it really affected her. She still kept in contact with her parents and would see them every now and then, but their relationship was strained. I also never went with her. I wasn't welcome there. That's horrible, Jordan. My parents never liked Kyle, but they still tolerated him for me. Jordan said 2 years later, Vanessa and I had Cody. Vanessa barely saw her parents after that. It was too hard with Cody. Then 3 years later, we had Caitlin, and another 4 years later, we had Jamal. Vanessa's parents didn't visit once. They were so against our marriage, they didn't even want to meet their grandkids. They were just so stubborn. To them, accepting our kids would be the same as accepting me. Even after all those years, they still refused to acknowledge me as their son in law. That's crazy. Not even a year after Jamal was born, Vanessa was diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer. She hadn't been feeling well, and she'd often complain of headaches or blurry vision. But she just brushed it off as stress or a lack of sleep. Then one day, she fainted. Oh, we gonna see the flashback. I came home from work and immediately knew that something wasn't right. Fortunately, Cody and Caitlin weren't home, as they both gone to friends' houses after school. Jordan said, "Sweetheart, I'm home." That's odd. She always meets me at the door. Okay, the baby crying, y'all? Is that Jamal? Vanessa, where are you? Oh, was she dead? Oh, y'all. Vanessa. Hello. I finally found her passed out on the bathroom floor. I'm not sure how long she'd been there. That's crazy. Vanessa, can you hear me? Okay, he calling 911, y'all. Jordan said, "I need an ambulance. My wife's passed out on the floor." "Don't panic, sir. An ambulance will be there shortly." "Okay, don't panic. My wife's lying lifeless on the floor." "Please be okay, Vanessa. I can't lose you." That's crazy, y'all. The ambulance came and rushed Vanessa to the hospital. At the hospital, the doctors discovered she had a malignant brain tumor. It was already so severe that surgery wasn't an option. The doctors predicted she had less than a year to live. That's crazy. After hearing the news, I called Vanessa's parents. They weren't thrilled to hear from me at first, but as soon as I told them the reason I was calling, they rushed to the hospital. When they heard the news, they were devastated. But not only that, they realized that because of their narrow-mindedness, they'd missed out on being a part of their daughter's life for over 7 years. Now it was too late. They would never be able to make up for the time that they'd lost. That's what happened when you be racist, look. Vanessa's parents finally opened their eyes and accepted me into their family. They also became a part of their grandkids' lives. Unfortunately, it took a terminal illness for them to recognize their mistakes. Okay, that's terrible. He said, "Yeah. Do you still speak to them?" He said, "Yes. They visit quite often to see the kids, and they've babysat a lot over the years. I can tell they still regret not reaching out sooner. They won't ever get back the time they missed out on with Vanessa. So I think they're trying to make up for it with their grandkids." I said, "I guess that's bittersweet." He said, "It's like you said earlier. Sometimes it takes a tragedy for someone to realize they weren't making the best decisions." Well, that's sad. That's cute. Is this what Santa Monica looks like? For real, y'all? I've never been to LA or to... I've only been to San Francisco and California. I've never been anywhere else in California. Okay, it's so nice here. Thank you for bringing me here, Jordan. Look, and thank you for opening up to me before. He said it felt good to talk about it. Honestly, I don't talk about the past much, but the memories will always be there. I said, "You must miss Vanessa a lot." He said, "I do. She was my first love and the woman I thought I'd be spending the rest of my life with. For the first 2 years after her death, I struggled a lot. But somehow I managed to hold myself together for the kids. Over the years, I've slowly come to terms with it. Vanessa may not be here anymore, but I'll never forget her. I'll always love her, and she'll always have a place in my heart." I said, "I can only imagine the pain that you went through when you lost her. I know we haven't known each other very long, but if you ever want to talk about anything or let out some of the past memories, I'm always here to listen." He said, "Thanks, Leah. Honestly, even though we haven't known each other that long, I feel like I can talk to you about anything." Okay, I feel the same way, Jordan. Look. He said, "Leah, I know we didn't exactly meet under the best circumstances, but I really am glad that I met you." Look, I'm glad I met you too, Jordan. Jordan steps towards me and gently takes my hand with his. Oh! Our eyes lock and I feel a blush creep over my face. My heart starts racing, and as cliche as it sounds, I have butterflies in my stomach. I feel like a teenager again, itching to have my first kiss. For a moment, we just stand there silently, neither one of us wanting to break our gaze. Jordan seems to lean forward, and for a moment, I think he's going to kiss me. He said, "We should probably get going. It's getting late." "You ain't gonna kiss me?" Was he about to kiss me? Or was I just tripping? Okay, you're right, Jordan, I guess. Tonight was nice, but nothing can distract me from the fact that V is missing. I knew there was nothing that could be done at this hour, but I couldn't help but feel so useless. I feel guilty for being here when all I wanted was to be looking for V. I also felt guilty for the fact that I'd actually had a good time. I'd be lying if I said that I hadn't enjoyed the night, despite being so worried. He said, I'll pick you up from the hotel at 7. I know it's early, so I'll pick up coffee on the way. I said 7 is fine. I doubt I'll sleep much tonight anyway. He said, I really hope we find your daughter soon, Leah. I really want your nightmare to be over. I said, thanks, Jordan. I really want it to be over, too. Okay. Okay, is this V? Oh, this ain't V, this Ada. I was about to say V got a bed. She ain't got no bed. Look at him tossing and turning, y'all. Okay, this is 12 years ago, y'all. This is Cheryl. Cheryl said, I can't believe you. How could you do this to me? To Aiden. What about your son, Dave? Did you even stop and think about him? Dave said, this ain't got nothing to do with Aiden. I'm just not in love with you anymore, Cheryl. She said, you met someone else, haven't you? He said, I have, but this ain't got nothing to do with her. We were over a long time ago, girl. Please don't make this any harder than it has to be. I still want to be a part of our son's life. She said, over my dead body, period. Get out of here, Dave, and don't even try to come back. He said, you can't keep me away from my son, girl. I'll never leave him. Shut up, Dave. Get out. Okay, I guess these are Aiden's parents. Look at Aiden. Aiden said, Bobby, what's going on? You ain't got no daddy no more. That's what's going on. Your father gone. He said, when is he coming back? He ain't coming back. Your father left us. Ada said, what? Why? Because he don't love us no more. He got a new family. Ada said, no, I want daddy. Look, I'm sorry, boo. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. It's just you and me now. Look at him crying. Okay, this is 10 years ago, y'all. Mom, I'm home from school. Mama. Who is this? Random man. Not the random man from Atlanta. Hi there, you must be Alex. Aiden. It's Aiden. He said, close enough. Okay, who are you and why are you in my house? Baba said, hi, sweetheart. I see you met Frank. We heading to the pub. You'll be fine to make dinner for yourself, right? Oh, what you mean? The random man said, of course he will. Don't baby him so much. He's practically an adult. I'm 12, bro. I'm 12. He said, like I said, you're practically an adult. Come on, Cheryl. Let's get out of here. She said, all right. Oh, not you being male-centered like this. Mama. Y'all. Cheryl said, bye, sweetheart. I probably won't be home tonight, so I'll see you tomorrow. What kind of pick me? Y'all. Mama. God. Okay, this 6 years ago. Aiden said, Mom, I'm home. Passed out on the floor again. Passed out? Mama. Look at the wine bottle. 2 wine bottles, Mama. Mama, can you hear me? She said, where am I? You passed out drunk on the floor again, girl. I thought you were going job hunting today. Oh, girl. I was, but then I decided to have a glass of wine to calm my nerves. And I guess 1 glass turned into 2 bottles. Mama, you need to find a job. We ain't got no money. I already worked 2 part-time jobs after school, girl. We 3 months behind on rent. And if you don't get a job, we'll be evicted. Again. Mama said, this is all your daddy's fault. None of this would have happened if he hadn't abandoned us. And you look just like your daddy. Every time I look at you, it's like looking at his face. You probably just gonna be like him. You disgust me. I wish you'd never been born. Oh my God. Aina, don't listen to her. She drunk. That's crazy. That is crazy. More nightmares. I really wish I could forget those memories. Aiden, y'all, that's why you gotta treat your kids well, because then they turned into killers and kidnappers and stuff. I never got to experience love growing up, V. But you make me believe that true love is possible. You make me think I can finally experience real love. And because of that, I'm never letting you go. Yo. Look at me all battered and bruised. We playing this V now, y'all. Another sleepless night. I can't be completely sure, but I have a feeling it's early morning. Since I've been here, I barely slept. And I'm cold. Look at me shivering. The room is cold and the chair is uncomfortable. And my back hurt. Right. My body aches from being constantly seated, and now my face throbs where Aiden hit me. My hands are still tied behind my back, and I can't even use my arms to prop my head up. Aiden feeds me and brings me water and takes me to the bathroom periodically. Apart from that, I barely move from this spot. This feels hopeless. It's been days now. If someone was coming, I would have thought they'd find me by now. I think back to my earlier thoughts about playing Aiden's game. Going against what he wants isn't doing me any favors, but if I play along and make him believe I'm falling in love with him, maybe it will increase my chances of escaping. Because of my interest in psychology, I've read up on the different types of love. What type of love is Aiden showing? I don't know. I don't know. Mania is like a crazy love, I would say. Eros is like erotic love. I don't know what Ludus is, though. I'm about to Google this, y'all. Ludus is playful, carefree, and spontaneous romantic style. He definitely ain't doing that. I think it's mania. I think it's mania love. Possessive, dependent, and obsessive form of love, often rooted in insecurity and fear. Yep, it's that one. It's mania, y'all. Yep. Obsessive or possessive love, jealous at extreme. That sounds right. Maybe having some understanding of Aiden's thoughts would be useful. Okay, here goes some footsteps, y'all. Aiden. Aiden, what you want, bro? He said, you're awake? I thought you'd still be sleeping. I can't sleep in this chair, Aiden. It's cold. Aiden said, I'm sorry. I know this can't be very comfortable for you, but it's for the best. Like I said previously, when I can trust you, I'll untie you. Okay, why are you awake? What time is it? He said it's 6:30. Okay. I couldn't sleep. Okay, I should sympathize with him, pretend that I care. Maybe that'll help to gain his trust. I said, is everything all right? He said, why do you care? I said, because I care about you, Aiden. Even though we broke up, it's not because I stopped loving you. He said, I knew you still loved me, V. That's why I never gave up on us. But to answer your question, I just had some nightmares. Well, memories, actually. Bad memories. Okay, you want to talk about it? He said, do you remember anything that I told you about my past? Okay, he did tell me some stuff about his past. Okay, let's see. Okay, your dad abandoned you. Your dad walked out on you when you were a kid. He said, that's right. That SOB abandoned me and my life was hell after that. We have that in common, V. Both our dads left us. I think that's why I've always felt extra close to you. You of all people understand what it's like to be abandoned by someone who was supposed to love you unconditionally. Okay. V, I understand that you're not happy with me right now, but just remember, I'm doing this because I love you. I'll never abandon you, V. No matter what, I'll never leave you. I'll never walk out on you like our dads did. I love you, V, and I know that in time, you'll realize that you love me too. Despite my childhood, I believe in love, V, and I believe that what we have is real. And I'm not willing to let it go. Aiden, you sure do be going off on a whole lot of speeches, bro. Okay, y'all, let's check my story progress. Okay, I could have earned 2 romance points, and I earned both of them. Right. Romance points will impact Leah and Jordan's relationship, but will not impact the final ending. These points are optional, depending on whether you'd like Leah and Jordan to end up together. Good job. You correctly identified the type of love that Aiden has for you, period. This earned you a survival point. Look, we about to survive! And I got the question about Aiden's past correct. You gained a survival point.